Welcome to URC Chumps, episode 87. The semi-finals of the Euros has just happened. Jacques is decided to play cricket for some odd reason. Indoors, not outdoors, but indoors. Dara's Dara. We don't know if you know where Dara is, please leave a comment below. We haven't heard anything from him after the weekend. Yeah. But I have Tim with me. So how's it, Tim? How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good. Welcome.
Oh, welcome
back.
back. Yes, welcome back. You have been missed.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I think we need to really just get into it. We do have, it should be a quick episode today because there wasn't so much rugby being played, and we just need to discuss our predictions for the week coming ahead.
Correct.
But what happened this weekend was the Euros. We started off, let's start off with the Champions Cup. Leinster hosting Toulon. A bit of back and forth, but Leinster taking it at the end of the game there. Very not what I was expecting from Toulon, but Toulon just looked like they weren't even there. But do you know the last time that Toulon played Leinster, they had the likes of Bucky's Boerter, Johan Smith.
Yeah, the power pack song. I think that Johnny Wilkinson.
Bastero. Yeah, even Lee Halfpenny and Johnny Wilkinson was in that team.
This was a powerhouse Toulon side back in the day. This was ridiculous.
Yeah, so here we go. I've got the team here. So the last time Toulon played Leinster in a knockout game, the team lining up, the starting 15 was Xavier Giardo, Carl Heyman, Bucky's Boerter, Ali Williams, Johan Smith, Jan Martin Fernandez Lobe, who's now the assistant coach of Argentina, Chris Massot, Sebastian Tilleur-Bordeaux, Freddie Michalak at 10, Brian Urbana, Matt Ghetto, Mathieu Bastero, Delon Armitage, and Lee Halfpenny. That was the last time Toulon played Leinster in a knockout game. That just shows you.
Hey guys, leave a comment. Name a stronger team that you've heard on paper than that in a club situation.
And if I'm not mistaken, they still had Wilkinson in the background there as well, because if I'm not mistaken, that was a team that won the double, the top 14 and Champions Cup.
Rightfully so. My goodness.
Yes. No. Yeah. But then also on Saturday was the Ulster going up against Exeter Chiefs. Was a bit of a bruising game. Chalky scoring the first try. Jacob Stockdale, I haven't seen anything. I'm surprised they haven't upped his yellow to a red. I mean, that was murder that he committed on the field there.
Yeah. I mean, how that didn't get... Yeah. I mean, sighting is there. There's cameras everywhere. I mean, it's got to come out at the end. But, we'll see.
Yeah. Yes. And I mean, the hits I can understand maybe going to yellow, but the fact that the follow arm came through and literally dragged what's his name down, that to me is where the red comes in, because that also made it dangerous. But yeah. But anyway, Ulster going off victors on the day. Looked a bit bruising, which I hope works in our favor. And it seems like Stormers have left to go to Ulster. So, yeah. Then, of course, going on to Sunday, starting off with Montpellier, struggling a bit against the Dragons, but coming off on top. And, yeah. And then, of course, Bordeaux going a bit of back and forth, 1-for-1 against Bath, but ultimately taking the game at the end of the game. They did look better Bath would look like they were getting lucky at times to get points, but yeah.
Look, I think it's going to take a special effort from any of the teams to beat Bordeaux this season. I really do. For me, I think they are head and shoulders better than anyone else.
No, I do agree. They did look a lot
really,
better.
their backs are electric. Like their back line are going to tear sides apart.
The only thing that's really working for Leinster right now is the fact that they're actually going to a neutral ground.
Yeah, look, I mean, if any team's going to beat them, it's going to be Leinster. Other than that, I don't see any other team here knocking over Bordeaux. I just don't see it. That team is, like I said, their backs, their wingers, man. Their backs are electric. They really are.
No, yeah, but as you said, I think the thing that works in Leinster's favour now is the fact that they are playing it in a neutral ground. I think it's the same thing with Montpellier now going up against Ulster as well. Again, neutral ground. That will, of course, be on the 22nd and the 23rd of May, which we'll cover again later on this month. But we need to talk about going into the final 2 rounds of URC. Stormers are sitting on top right now. I'm so glad they are. But there's still plenty to be done. We have booked our place into the playoffs.
Yeah, look, I mean, is it the stage to sort of rest some of your players for the playoff rounds and start some of your unfinished players, or do you push through to the end and secure your number 1 spot and a home semi, a home final?
Well, I mean, Stormers have lost Cobus Reinach, and it looks like he'll only be ready for the Springboks. They're getting the likes of what's his name, Murat back. There's talks about Malherbe as well.
Any of these players coming, like whenever coming back, it's going to be a 20-minute at the end,
or starting off. So if they do get injured,
I hope to see him. Like I really hope to see him. Like because wow, for the Springboks, for the Stormers, what an asset. The man is a mountain, and he scrums like an absolute freight train.
Yeah. I mean, even Oxenotche says Malherbe is a hard one to go up against.
No, he's. I think he's got to be up there. He reminds me of an Oosterrand type player.
Yeah, just on the other side of the scrum.
Yeah, but the build, the dominance of strength. He's just so dominant, and he's just one of those guys you have to cut his arm off for him to let go of you. You know what I mean? He just grips hold of you and it's finished. He has to let you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I mean, the only 3 teams that are really fighting for top 8 is the Bulls, Ulster, and Connacht. Sharks literally don't have a chance of getting in. No ways.
Yeah, obviously, as a South African, I'm pushing for the Bulls.
Bulls do have a slight easy way in.
My rugby brain's going Ulster because I think all round they're a better unit. Well, at this stage, I think the Bulls have I think next season the Bulls are going to be very, very good. They've then had a whole season with the new coach, and they're going to move through, and I think going to be very dominant. But this season, I think Ulster are.
But I've been waiting for you to come back. I've been waiting. Number 3.
Yeah, we spoke about this, huh?
We were saying that Ivan he's not doing so well, and look what happened.
No, we spoke about this, right? So, like, we said the weekend that they won, like, it was about 2 months back, 3 months back. We said it would be a turning point, and then we had a chuckle because I think they had Leicester next, Leinster next, and we had a chuckle, like, because but there really was a turning point. I mean, it really was. I
Well, they
think
got
that
Leinster this
really,
weekend.
yeah, but I mean, they've been fantastic. They've played
Yeah.
really good rugby. Not only
They're
have
in
they
the
been winning,
playoffs.
not only have they been winning, they've been playing a great brand of rugby. They've been a really good rugby side. They've been physical. They've been strong in their set pieces, and then they've got the flair, and they've got a really good mix between youth and old, and they've got some really good players coming through. And yeah, I have to eat my words. Morne van der Berg is having a corker of the season, and yeah, I will shut up and I will be humble. And I
Grappies.
apologize to all Morne van der Berg fans out there. I was wrong, and I can admit it.
Yes, Crispy.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, to all the haters, he's sort of proved you wrong, including myself. So big ups
But
to
now,
him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the week games coming up now, and then we can go on a bit more because there is one or two players that I want to ask you, and I might have a controversial view of man of the matches. And I mean, yes, it does kind of go against my view with certain players from the Stormers, but yeah, Glasgow's starting this weekend at the same time as Ulster, but Glasgow's hosting Cardiff. Um, game. I do have to say I'm going to go with Glasgow there. Ulster is hosting Stormers. This is a game for both teams. I
Yeah, I think
want.
I think this is the game of the weekend. I think it's going to be. Oh no, I think that's in the Lions game. Sorry,
Yeah,
I think those are the two standouts.
I do think the problem that Ulster, we have to see how they recover from their semi final.
Yeah, we've had a rest, so it'll be interesting. Hopefully, um,
But
hopefully,
also, a rest week hasn't worked in our favor in the past.
yeah. But I think the boys can learn from it. I think it's all school fees at that stage. We've got quite a young side, so I think I mean, yeah, there's some boys who've been around a bit, but majority quite young.
Yeah,
Uh, so I think it's school fees. So I think
yeah,
it's time for us to, yeah. I mean, we had a great season. I mean, on form, you've got to go with us, surely.
yeah. And then, of course, we go on to Saturday, starting off with Vodacom Bulls hosting Zebra Palmer. Gonna
Bulls.
have to go with the Bulls there.
Yeah, Bulls.
I don't think Zebra is gonna handle the traveling back down. And for some odd reason, the teams like to come here to Cape Town and then up there on Friday, and I don't think that really works for them. But yeah,
Why wouldn't you live in Cape Town?
Cape Town right now is like freezing,
Hey, man,
and wet.
I can't wait to come home one day.
Yeah. Um, Then, of course, Sharks hosting Benetton, the other team that Bulls have next week.
I
Um,
Vincent takes that one.
yeah, well, we'll have to see what happens with the Sharks. It seems like they are getting a bit of a wake-up call.
I'm
Um,
just gonna go. Yeah, I don't know.
the thing is, both teams are basically playing for pride right now. There's no chance of getting through anyway. So I think it is going to be a cracker of a game. But yeah, Ospreys going up against Scarlets. Scarlets seem to get something right, but then they keep messing it up. Discipline lets them down the last 20 minutes, just get away from them.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Ospreys.
Yeah. So Leinster are hosting Lions. Now, I don't think Leinster's going to be playing their full string team against the Lions.
Look, I think it doesn't matter. It's going to be a corker.
Hmm.
And I do think you can flip a coin and see where it lands on this game. It depends who turns up on the day, really.
Yeah. Dragons, of course, after getting a bit of a physical game against Montpellier, are hosting Edinburgh. Um,
I
again,
say Edinburgh all the way.
yeah, but I mean, also look at how many games Edinburgh has played. They played 16. They've only won 6. They've lost 10. But then
Yeah,
again, you look at
they're
Dragons.
due, man. They're just due.
Yeah. And I see they made some signings, which I'll discuss later. And then Connacht is going up against Munster. Connacht having to win this game if results go their way so they can leapfrog into 8. Munster wanting to end the season on a high to get into the home section of the playoffs. I think this is also going
I'm
to be
gonna
a
be a
crack.
boy. I'm gonna be a boy here and not go with my rugby brain. I'm gonna be a boy, and just because of Dara, I'm gonna go Munster. But it's not my rugby brain talking. It's my bro code.
Yeah. Uh, I must be honest, I was thinking more Munster as well because I think Munster right now, from what I've been reading up, they're really wanting this. They want to get a home
No,
section of the playoffs.
they're on form. They're a good side.
Yeah.
But Connacht, they can be really destructive in your set pieces, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be a good game. Again, bro code says go stick with Munster, so I'm going Munster.
All right, cool. So we're going Glasgow, Stormers because we're Stormers, Bulls. I'm going Sharks, you're going Benetton.
Yeah,
We're going Ospreys.
yeah.
Leinster, Lions. We're going to go with Lions just because they're South African. Edinburgh
Quick
and
point on that
Munster.
one. Um,
Yeah.
I
But
say
yeah.
I say Edinburgh. You say Dragons, right?
No, I'm saying Edinburgh, but I'm also
Are
saying
you?
Edinburgh's been a bit flip-floppy as well.
Yeah,
So
they have been, but I think they're due, and they're too good. I mean, on paper, that's a really good side. They should
yeah,
not be so poor.
yeah. But now talking about Dragons, top try scorer, of course, number with 11 tries, Evan Roos, the 8th man for the Stormers,
Insane,
leading
right?
yeah, followed by Ambrose Papier. Now I've been reading a lot on
Hey, what did I
things.
tell you? Hang on, we've had this conversation before, and you hang on. I want to quote you. What did you say? What did you say about him a couple when I said he was really underrated? What did you say? I can't
I
remember.
also agreed. I also think he's over. And now this is where I'm coming with the man of the match things. Like I've seen, they're like, yeah, serial man of the match thing. It looks like he's being overlooked from what you call it, the Springboks. Now, can you really take the man of the match awards seriously, considering the fact that they are for fans?
I mean,
And before you answer, the reason why I'm saying this is if you go look at Lions versus Bulls, the first game that they played, where the Lions beat the Bulls, Etienne Oosthuizen outplayed everybody on that field, but Papier got man of the match that game.
yeah. So it's a difficult one. So like, yes, you got to take it into account purely because of the fact that it is the fans, and the fans do matter. The public's opinion in the day does inflict the coaches, whether they like to admit it or not. So yes, I do think it matters. I've thought for a long time he's sort of been overlooked. He did have his opportunity. He didn't really take it in my eyes. Is he due a second shot? Sure, I think so. I think he's in better form than someone like Jaden Hendricks. He's in better form than, I mean, Koos Reynolds out injured. So, and Yeah, I think you should get a look in.
However, now if you're playing Sasha at 10, the best 9 opportunity to play with him is Iman Khan. Played
It's
with
too
him
early.
at Bishops.
It's too early.
It's too early, but I think the two of them, the way they feed off each other, if you look at the two of them playing,
Yeah,
yeah,
look, he will get there. I quite frankly think Hashim Pete's a better scrum off than him, and I would pick Hashim Pete over Imran Khan.
he
So,
looks like he's on his way out of the Lions because he was upset with his playing time.
yeah, which might be good news for us because he's a Cape Town boy. So I think sign that guy.
Yeah,
Honestly, I
yes.
think sign him up. I think he's a fantastic rugby player. I think he's going to be the next best scrum off in South Africa. I think sign that kid up. He is far better than Imran Khan. And I'm talking as a scrum off.
Yeah. But
No,
anyway,
listen, there's no disrespect to Imran Khan. That dude's a fantastic rugby player. But Imran, I just think Hashim Pitt is better. I really do. He's
yeah,
just, his vision is outstanding, and his reading of the game is on another level.
yeah. But then
Uh,
the one thing that I find very thing is, yeah, I have to agree with you there. But also I do like the chemistry between Khan and Sash. Um,
Of course, but
yeah,
that can be learned over a couple of games. You must
yeah.
remember, Pete's 20 and Sasha's 22 or whatever.
No,
You're talking these guys,
24.
these guys have got 10 years
No,
together.
23 because he still can play SA 23.
Yeah, I mean, these guys have got 10 years together. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? So, like, yeah, get
yeah.
them in the same province, and Hashim Pete, bring him home. He's a Cape Town boy. Bring him home.
Come back. Come
Yeah,
back.
come back. We're
We
speaking.
want you. We
Come
want
back.
you.
Come back.
Yeah.
Come jaw for the next 10 years with your family watching you in Cape Town. Nothing wrong with it.
Yes. Um, and then of course the real surprising thing is when you look at the log and you look at the tackle machine award, and these are the guys with the highest percentage of tackles. I mean, Ben Card at 97.2, Harry Badal at 97.1.
Insane, right?
Insane. It makes you wonder like what's happening elsewhere in the game.
Insane.
Playmaker War. Yeah,
It's,
Playmaker War.
wow.
Yeah. The Horns are both in the Playmaker Awards, along with Jacob Stockdale. And then, of course, Iron Man Award, which actually I think it's how many minutes they've played or something like that. Q Horn is sitting at 1,280. Zash is just 10 minutes behind him. So, yeah. That's just the stats right now as it stands before the next 2 games. We'll have to keep an eye out on that and see what happens.
Yeah.
But now, in some other news, some unsavory news, in a sense, Kasende has been handed a 3-week apology for use of an arm after getting his red card 18 minutes into the last game he played. Deegan has been handed a 2-week one after his tip tackle. Both have received a 50% reduction for showing remorse and apology.
We've got to ask, like, where's the consistency again from World Rugby here? I mean, again, like, it just feels that if you wear a green and gold jersey, then you get double the amount of time than anyone else does.
I know this is where I'm coming, and I mean,
Like, I
yeah,
mean, I don't want to be that guy who's like, oh, just keeps, bitching about the Springboks. But like, at the end of the day, like, this is biased. This is quite clearly biased. If you are wearing green and gold, you get punished double the amount as anyone else.
should Vessels have apologized because then he would have gotten like a 4-week ban. I know this is why I put it in. Both of them apologize. I mean, no disrespect to them apologizing. I full on respect the fact that they apologized and they knew what they had done was wrong and they didn't argue and say, oh no, I was innocent, I was innocent. But then all of a sudden, like, okay, cool, here we go. You guys can come back. Whereas, yeah, I mean, Cassende is pretty much his season's over because there's no ways that they're making it off into playoffs.
Yeah.
Deegan, okay, cool. Looks like he's just getting arrested for now for 2 weeks before he comes back, just in time for playoffs. Um, yeah. But then also in other news, you'll get beat. Steve Hansen on the Springbok series against the All Blacks, saying that South Africa can get beaten. And I think we are getting beaten with decisions by World Rugby and all these disciplinary.
Look, I mean, can Springboks lose? Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, can we lose the series to the All Blacks? Of course. It's the freaking
Can we
All Blacks.
beat them? Yes.
Yes,
Can
of
we
course.
win
we
the
can beat
series?
them.
Yes.
Of course.
But
Again, we're the Springboks, they're the All Blacks. We're talking about the best rugby nations on the planet here. I don't care what the English say.
now my thing is the All Blacks are also playing against the local teams. Yes, it's probably not the starting lineup, but they'll probably give a few warm-up games for the starting guys, which means they're either going to be in better condition or they're going to be absolutely destroyed from playing against the guys. Then
Look,
on top of it,
yeah, I mean, I think they'll use those games to sort of blood in some of the youngsters and some of their sort of on the fringe players, some of the younger crop. But then when it comes to the Springboks, I think it'll be,
yeah.
it's going to be.
But then also the last game, as far as it's been reported, that game is actually going to be played in the States.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, but that's
I find that ridiculous. I mean, how can you have a historic tour to South Africa and then go and play in the States? What the? Yeah.
Maybe Trump wants it.
It doesn't. That doesn't.
Sorry. And then if it does go there, you got to probably pay like $2,000 just to sit up in the nosebleeds part of the stadium.
Yeah, look up.
The reports of those tickets
It's
for the
good
World
for
Cup.
the Americans. It sucks for the South African supporters.
Yeah. But then also in other news, scrum half Louis Chapman from Crusaders has been has put pen to paper to come over to Edinburgh, which I think is probably a good thing for them. JD Schicklin has officially put out a Facebook profile, a Facebook thing saying thank you to his brothers for the season. It looks like his season's done due to injury, which is a bit of a loss. But I mean, we lose him, we get Morat back. And then Cardiff make an important re-signing of Callum Sheffy. Now, is that a good decision from him, or is there something that we don't know that Welsh Rugby hasn't said anything? Because we know they are cutting a team. And there's talks about Ospreys buying Cardiff and other things that we don't even know this side of the world.
Well, look, I mean, I'm sure his agent will have the inside knowledge there. So I would, yeah, I mean, if he's staying and re-signing and if he wants to stay relevant, I would say then Cardiff might be staying.
Yeah, my honest thing is I think they need a playoff for the bottom two, otherwise they need to join the two. So Scarlets and Dragons need to join or whatever. I'm not 100% sure on my geography there, but yeah. But yes, that is some of the news that is coming out now. Guys, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let us know your views. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think about prepare if you think he's a great player. And Crispy, please, no, not you. I know you like him because you're a Bull supporter. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting things going around. And I mean, I'm hearing the calls for cheaters to take over a position in Super Rugby. And then I'm hearing the other side saying no, and then yes, no, yes, no.
Uh, I think it's a good idea. Can only benefit us.
But you see, that's the problem. But then there's also the fact that now they're losing a team and they want to bring in another team. And they're talking about the cheaters. But then that leaves us with 5 teams compared to the rest with 4 in the Shields. Yeah. My thing is bring in a Georgian team, or otherwise, London Irish has been wanting to get into via the Jordans. Um, give them the opportunity. That's my honest thing. But cheaters, cheaters also do have a agreement with Ospreys.
Yeah, but like the Georgian best side at Georgian at the moment is Batumi, and I played in Batumi for Batumi in 2016, and it was quite frankly a joke. It was.
But wouldn't it be the Black Lions because they play in the Challenge Cup?
That started a year after I left
Yeah.
because the rugby was terrible. You literally got these massive men, and the ball didn't get past first center, and they just smashed into each other. It was.
Did you just sit there and have tea or drink?
I'm off. And I left there weighing 93 kilograms, and I was just beefcaked because you just had to be physical. You didn't have to be. And I came to South Africa, and I had to lose like 10 kilograms to play in South Africa because it was so much quicker.
Yeah, it shows you the different styles of
I
rugby. I
think the
mean, we do know the
Georgians
Georgians.
alive.
Yeah, and we do know
Frankly.
the Georgians are big guys. I mean, you go look at them
No,
and
they're
they go,
big and they're physical, but like Batumi, they won it right now. They won it this year, so that's who would play. And yeah, they would get eaten. They'd get absolutely eaten.
yeah. I mean, as I said to someone who works for the Stormers, I said I would have loved to see Marcus Miller and Damian Marcus play together. Marcus to Marcus, back to Marcus, back to Marcus. um, but yeah, Marcus Miller, I think he's with the Stormers. Damian Marcus has been released to the Griquas, if I'm not mistaken, on loan to give him some playing time. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens there. But I mean, also Stormers right now have this thing of the talent pool that they have, and where do we get it? I know Franco Smith was busy saying there isn't the talent pool that the South African teams have, and we look there and go, "Oh, we don't have a great talent pool." We have a deep talent pool. That's the thing. You look at where the other countries are getting their talent from.
Listen, we've got the biggest talent pool in the world when it comes to world rugby.
We've got the biggest talent pool here in the Western Cape out of South Africa.
Yeah, of course. So I
Kieran
mean,
Horn, Frankie Horn both played for Paul. I think they're
no,
brothers, if I'm not mistaken.
look at hang on. South African rugby has got the best talent pool of any rugby nation on the planet. That's why we have saying like 240,000 rugby players playing overseas or something stupid.
Jeez. I mean, what you got? JC Creel's brother's back from injury. He's busy playing for Seattle Seawolves, and it
Yeah,
sounds
guys,
like
we are really a good rugby nation when it comes to talent and pool. Our schoolboy rugby is next level. I mean, hang on. Look at under 20s won the World Cup last year. We've
and
now
they're
just
one game
now
away from the championship now.
we've already clinched it. It doesn't
No, we
matter.
didn't. No,
What
we
do you,
didn't. So we have 10 points. So 2 games of bonus point wins. 5. Both Argentina and New Zealand are sitting
on
on
four?
5.
No, four.
No, on 5. It was rectified today at 5. Yeah. So there is a chance. However,
Listen, New Zealand lost to Argentina,
but this is the thing. New
and we
Zealand has to beat us by like quite a fair margin.
yeah. Listen, I mean, again, Argentina beat New Zealand, and we smashed Argentina. I don't
Yeah.
see that. I don't see we're gonna win that hands down.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the rankings right now. So each team has played 2. South Africa is the only team to win 2. We both our games that we've won with bonus points, so we're on 10. Argentina beat New Zealand with a bonus point, so they have 5. New Zealand beat Australia with a bonus point, so they got 5. Oh yeah, because it's only 3 tries in Southern Hemisphere. Eh?
Oh,
Yeah, they're all for this because I see New Zealand. I mean, Australia's got 2 points and they lost both their games, but they both scored more than 3 tries. And I'm looking at a thing now. 41 minutes ago, where was this from? Rugby 365 says the TRC log chaos. Why the junior box haven't won the title? ... Yet. Spotlights of the junior box need 1 more log point to clinch the under 20 championship title, despite initial reports to the contrary. And the junior box thrashed Australia 56-17 on Sunday to record their second straight bonus point win in the 2026 championship. At the time, it seemed that Kevin Foot's Chargers had taken an unassailable lead at the top of the standings that would have had them win the game with a game to spare. After the game, the host broadcaster ran a graphic of log highlights that highlights the South Africa's position, margining a 6-point gap. Not long after that, SA Rugby sent out a release celebrating the junior box success in no uncertain terms. This information, however, provided to be at odds with the tournament logs on the official SA Rugby website, which had shown a 5-point gap between junior box and the chasing pack. By Monday morning, SA Rugby had amended the article on its website, reflecting that the race as it stands, stating the local teams had all but sealed the title. So yeah, we literally 1 point away. So we just need to make sure we score 3 or 4 tries and then we're good.
which we would.
Yeah. Or we just need to make sure we don't give them a bonus point. And but yeah, I mean, either way, it's against a team that's looking phenomenal. Ethan Adams, my word. I saw a comparison of him to Bandi Aki. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's only like 19 and he's signed with the Lions as well.
Lions are signing a lot of youngsters. Huh?
They are signing a lot of these guys young. And the Ethan Adams, to a way, reminds me of Pastero.
Yes, same body shape. Yeah,
Just hits that line and just keeps going.
He reminds me of a sort of a Nonu as well.
Yeah. But I mean, he hits that line and just keeps going.
Same style of player as Nonu.
Yeah. Phenomenal player. I'm really hoping the best for him because he looks like a great replacement for what we need at center, considering the fact that we are looking at losing most of our center pack at the end of next year. By that, I mean the fact that Jesse, Damien, and Esterhazen could be retiring at the end of the World Cup.
Yeah. Look, I mean, we've got enough centers at the moment. You know, you look at sort of like someone like David Creel. Maybe he's playing really good rugby. You know, there's a lot of centers out there. Maybe not at that level, but then if you look at someone like Damian Willems that can slot seamlessly into 12.
Dash.
You can look at
Hooker.
Moody at 13, Caleb Moody at 13, and then you got Salt, Fussy at fullback, and then you got Sasha at 10, you got Willems at 12, you got Moody at 13, and then you got Fussy at fullback. I don't see a big issue if you, yeah.
I don't, but I mean, this is also comes to the whole thing is we are spoiled for choice.
Exactly that. We are. We got such a strong depth in rugby players in South Africa that we are very spoiled.
And I mean, but now in saying we are spoiled, it also means we get the opportunity of losing players to other countries.
Yeah, that is unfortunate if you look at Scotland, for example, and quite frankly all over the world. But that's been a theme that's not new. That's not something that's just happened. That's been happening for a long time, and it's just it is what it is. We can't pick three Springbok sides. We have one Springbok side. Um, it just means that our scouts have to be that much better and our agents have to be that much better so that the real cream does float to the top and we don't lose the superstars to the Islands and the Scotlands and those sort of teams. And we hang
When
on
at
to them.
least we don't need to worry about Wales.
Well, I mean, I think at some point we would because,
The way they're going.
why wouldn't you want to sign a guy who would be in South Africa probably like a sixth choice lock, but he would be a starter in Wales. Why, like for example,
But
why
I
wouldn't
mean,
he play
I
three
mean,
there or however long it takes?
with the Barbarian series coming up soon, with the fact that we got Robinson coaching Barbarians,
Yeah,
there's talk about the likes of Dave Ribbons coming back home, he played in 2019 for England, and he hasn't played for them since, and which he is then liable to come back because he is South African. Um, or we could lose him to France because he has been in France because he plays for Toulon.
yeah. Look, I mean, France are also in a similar stage as South Africa. They've got such a depth of pool of players that they can choose from. They're under 20s for the last probably 3 or 4 years before last season were tearing it up.
And they got Lomu Son.
Yeah, look, I mean, they really are in a sort of a similar situation to us. Rugby sort of exploded in France, and rightly so. Um, and they've got a very good side. I think France. I said it last World Cup. I thought France might win the last World Cup that we won.
So did I.
Um, so and they only didn't win because they lost to us. Had they beaten us, there was no one going to stop them. I think they would have beaten the All Blacks in the final, and they would have beaten England. So uh, this World Cup, with us meeting the All Blacks in the quarters, if we beat the All Blacks, you flip a coin against France. If we lose the
We
All
do have a
Blacks,
better record against them on neutral grounds, which does work in our
yeah,
favor.
yeah, I know.
But
It's a
again, it is Australia.
it's a very good French team,
The last
and
time we played them on
yeah,
Oz, we lost.
We might have more Safa supporters than French supporters. Um, However, if we lose to New Zealand, I don't think New Zealand will beat France. I think we are one of the few nations that can beat France. So,
Well, I'm
yeah.
interested to see what happens, especially with this whole Rugby Nations tournament coming up, because France can't second string it.
No, no, they can't.
Because as soon as you second string it, you're dropping down the rankings very fast at the end. Um, especially the likes of playing against South Africa. No, you're not playing. We're playing up there. I think they're playing New Zealand, Argentina, and Australia. I could be wrong. Please don't hold that as gospel truth. But yeah, we will have, but we'll definitely keep an eye on that. But yes, it is exciting times coming up. We know at least what 6 of the teams are going into the top 8. We will have to see what the team sheets say later on this week. Also, please remember, I'll put it in the caption. Check out our WhatsApp channel where we'll put the episodes up as well. Makes life a little bit easier. And yeah, like I said before, like, share, comment. Please let us know your views. Give us the thumbs up if you like this as well. Just want to say to Tim, thanks very much for joining me today, Tim. It was awesome chatting to you. Unfortunately, the other guys weren't here today to see you with your return. But yeah. But anyway, for the champions, thanks very much. Be safe. Cheers.